A fundraiser fireworks stand in Nevada works to rebuild after seeing a total loss from storm damage. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, crews work nonstop after thousands lose power in southwest Missouri.
Senators on Capitol Hill are preparing for a long night as they push toward a final vote on President Trump's big, beautiful bill. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Across Vernon County, community members are picking up the pieces following last night's storms. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. The Vernon County Dispatch says the damage primarily took place in the northern part of the county, taking down trees and power lines. KOAM's Samantha Walker met with one family who experienced a terrifying moment as their fireworks stand collapsed down on top of them.
My grandchildren did make a comment that when it went down, they were scared that we wasn't okay. For a brief moment, until they realized that Daddy was right there beside them and was with them. And definitely a message from God to pull my truck up in there to save my family.
As the storms rolled through Vernon County Sunday night, Christy Harold's family was working to hold down their fundraiser fireworks stand at the Nevada Speedway. Before they knew it, they were caught in the storm.
I just pulled my truck up in here. I told my grandchildren to get in the truck to be safe. I knew that we were fighting a losing battle and to get out. And so I told everybody to get out, and before we could get out, it collapsed around us. I had my daughter and my daughter-in-law actually made it out. Me and my son-in-law was beside the truck as one of the main center poles came down. And if it wouldn't have been for the truck that the center pole stopped, very good chance I wouldn't have my son-in-law today.
Harold and her family called 911, and first responders were able to get them out from under the debris.
They say there was no tornado, but it definitely looked like a tornado had hit us. The damage and the destruction and that went on.
As she surveyed the damage, it became clear that the stand was a total loss. No product was salvageable. She says it's a blow to the local nonprofit organizations that receive the proceeds from the stand.
Because they're the ones that takes the profit. If we don't have product to sell, they can't make money to go to their camps, to do their obstacle courses and stuff that they need. So it was definitely our small organizations that took the loss of not being open to business.
But no storm is going to stop them.
My district manager, once she found we were safe and got me calmed down, and she asked if I wanted to call it a season, shut her down and go home and enjoy the rest of the holiday, or if I wanted to proceed. And I said, we ain't done. Get my tent up, get me product. We're moving on. I've got nonprofit organizations that are counting on this.
And she says they saw an outpouring of support from the Nevada community, ready to help them in their time of need.
Hey, do you need help? Hey, we're coming out. Hey, I can't stay very long because supper's ready, but here's a bag of trash bags that was donated to us through the tornado. Hey, I can't do this, but can I come out tomorrow and help you reset?
From neighbors to other fireworks stand operators, Harold's fundraiser is being brought back with the help of others.
Definitely shows a strong community that I'm glad to raise a family and I'm glad to be a part of.
Reporting in Nevada, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Staff and volunteers plan to work overnight to help get the stand stocked and ready. The fireworks stand at the Nevada Speedway will reopen tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
While temperatures are slowly dropping down into the 70s, tonight we're going to be in the upper 60s. So it's going to be a bit of a cooler night. We've had some rain showers and thunderstorms passing through. And now, as you can see in the Joplin area, we've got a gorgeous sunset going on out there. It looks like lava. Now, storms did just pass the area. As you can see, we're still seeing that cold front really slowly moving through the area. So as we zoom in, we still have a couple of showers just south of Joplin, some heavy rain, but nothing, no lightning going on out there. But out in the Mount Vernon area, going to see some showers and even some thunderstorms along this front. Now it's going to continue to push just north of Neosho. The Neosho might get some storms, and then out towards Monette as well. Once all that makes it out of the area, overnight tonight, we are still seeing those clouds across the region through 8 a.m. on Tuesday, but then the rest of Tuesday afternoon really starts to become gorgeous. Temperatures in the 80s. I'm going to have all those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, in Springfield, Sunday's storm knocked out power for up to 37,000 customers. This was the second emergency in 2 months for the city's utilities. Crews worked through the night, managing to restore power to roughly 29,000 homes in under 24 hours. But they still have a ways to go.
We did rent some equipment for this week. We rented it for 2 days, and I've already made the call to extend it for a full week. We were going to try to make a short week of it for the 4th of July, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case this year.
There are a couple of things you can do if you ever experience a power outage. One, check your weatherhead for damage, and that's the part that connects the power line to your home. If it's dangling or appears bent, you need to call an electrician to fix it. And if you have a fenced-in backyard, unlock your gate and secure your pets so crews can safely access where they need to work. Well, the Baxter Springs, Kansas Fire Department is moving into its new fire station this week, 15 months after construction began on the facility. The new $3 million building replaces a fire station that was built in 1926. Funding comes from state and federal grants. The department has provided a sneak peek inside for us. Firefighters have been assembling furniture and installing equipment, and this coming Saturday at 9:45 a.m., trucks will parade from the old station to the new one, and that will be followed by a ribbon cutting ceremony and an open house until noon. The Grace Episcopal Church is sponsoring its Lunches of Love feeding program to help Carthage families. Its goal is to fill the gap in food access between the end of summer school and the start of the new school year. All families with children are eligible, no application needed. Each child will receive 1 bag of food on Mondays and Thursdays during the program. Each bag will include a variety of foods, helping ensure kids get the nutrition they need, even when school is out.
We learned a couple of years ago that after the school sessions are out, including summer school, that there wasn't a food program for these students that would normally get the backpack snacks from Bright Futures and through the Y. So we took on that mission last year, and we were able to deliver about 250 upwards to 300 packages twice a week.
Organizers say no family should feel ashamed to ask for help when times are tough. Well, coming up, West Nile concerns.
Summer may have just started, and so have reported cases of West Nile virus. I'm Chanley Painter with a look at strategies to ward off mosquitoes this season. Coming up.
And later, scam calls are hitting businesses hard. Find out how one Joplin business is training its employees to fight back.
Purchase a brick.
Have you heard the buzz? Local health officials are already clocking several cases of West Nile virus across several states. The mosquito-borne illness can bring with it a variety of negative side effects. And while most victims will be fine, insect experts say the virus is impacting different portions of the population than it has in the past. Fox News correspondent Chanley Painter takes a closer look at how to prevent being bit by a potentially tainted bug.
Bites from mosquitoes can be itchy and annoying, but they can also transmit potentially deadly diseases like West Nile virus. According to the CDC, West Nile is typically documented through the summer and into the fall. As of June 17th, the latest data reveals at least 11 states are already reporting cases, including Arizona, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Tennessee.
West Nile virus is endemic. It's never gone away. It never goes away. Some years are worse than others.
While most infected people either experience no symptoms or have mild reactions, some victims can develop severe fevers, headaches, muscle weakness, and more.
It is a pathogen that will impact the elderly more so than those that are younger, but we are seeing changes in that. The last couple of years, we've seen younger folks reacting to the virus.
Weather conditions can sometimes influence the number of West Nile virus cases in a year, and with it getting hotter and wetter out, local officials are on high alert.
I want to watch and see what happens.
Meanwhile, beware of open containers of water around your property. That can serve as breeding grounds for mosquito larvae.
Like a swimming pool that you're not taking care of, or maybe in a pond or a ditch that may be full of water for a while.
And while wearing long clothes might not be fun in summer, reducing exposed skin and using repellents can help make you a less enticing snack for these bloodsuckers.
Also, watch out for mosquitoes getting into your home through breaks in window screens or by latching onto your pets. I'm Stanley Painter, Fox News.
We're learning more about how COVID damages cognitive function in the brain. A study published by JAMA finds older people who were hospitalized for severe COVID saw their cognitive function decline faster than normal. But people who were infected by COVID but had less severe cases were never hospitalized, did not see an impact on their cognitive health. Do you feel like you have a short attention span? Try and focus for the next few seconds as researchers at Ohio State University explain why. They found the biggest factors that lead to short attention spans are stress and anxiety. Number 2 is a lack of sleep. And number 3 is our digital devices. Only 1 in 4 people say they have no trouble with their attention span. And obesity among young people in the U.S. has gotten significantly worse in the last 15 years. Researchers from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center found the biggest increase in youth obesity was among Black people. The research shows lack of physical activity, lack of access to healthy food, plus increased stress during the pandemic made the problem even worse. Well, Lindsay is next with a complete look at the forecast. And later, kids are learning survival skills and conservation at a new summer camp in Joplin. We take you there.
Well, we've had a stormy couple of days. We even saw a few rain showers this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our temperature trend has been doing in amidst of all these storms. Now, yesterday, although we had some pretty strong damaging storms, we got up to about 91 degrees. It did keep us a bit cooler today, where our temperatures only reached about 85. Now, you can see taking a look outside Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Gorgeous sunset going on out there in Seneca, Missouri, but there have been storms already passing in southwestern Missouri. Now, currently, these storms have pushed along I-44 and south. A little storm out there just southwest of Joplin, and then a few more storms out near Mount Vernon, heading into Monette area, and just to the northeast of Neosho. Now, none of these are going to be strong, but there are dropping some heavy rainfall, maybe a little lightning. Now, we're dealing with some cloudy skies in the morning, but it all breaks apart with temperatures tomorrow reaching the mid to upper 80s. So it is going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Temperatures are pretty average, if not slightly below average, both Monday. Today we got up to about 85, 86, and then Tuesday, again, 86 to 87 degrees. We're still around average there on Wednesday with our humidity levels pretty low. So the next couple of days, we've got those northerly winds. That keeps us a bit cooler, and we have less humidity for Tuesday, so gorgeous day to get outside. And then the same on Wednesday, however, humidity does start to creep up. Along with Thursday, our humidity, so our future feels like temperature, which is our heat index value in the summertime, it's going to be pretty high. Low 90s, actual temperature on Thursday about 90 degrees, but it's going to feel like low to mid 90s, 95 in Pittsburgh, 97 in Independence, 99 in Nowata. Now, 4th of July, we might be dodging some rain showers, but we definitely are going to see some very high heat index values in the upper 90s, near 100. But Saturday is going to be even more brutal. We're getting the low hundreds. Might even see a heat advisory issued for Saturday. Now, like I said, though, we're going to be dodging showers Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These are more of these pop-up showers. This is our long-range model, so it doesn't have a lot of clarity, but it's just showing anywhere in this area we could see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So that's going to start early Thursday morning and then come back around by Thursday evening. This is 7 p.m. now. Still a few pop-up showers, thunderstorms in our area that stick around overnight and into Friday morning. This is now 6:30. Again, still just seeing those chances sitting over our area. Once we get into Friday afternoon, looking pretty good. Perfect time to start those holiday festivities. Now, we do still see a chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm on Friday afternoon, but by 10 p.m. we're back to clear skies in our area, which means it'll be perfect time to shoot some fireworks off. Though rain does return Saturday evening and into Sunday morning, that's going to be bringing some heavier rainfall. Again, Saturday and into Sunday morning, got those morning storms. Temperatures, though, are going to be pretty warm starting Thursday all the way through next week. And like I said, those humidity values do spike again Thursday and into the weekend. So it's going to be feeling pretty hot for the 4th of July festivities. We are dodging some rain showers. It just creeps that humidity up even further to have rain in the area.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got a lot of storms to watch. I mean, it seems like there's small chances, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
And we do have some breaking news to report out of Delaware County, Oklahoma. It happened about 11 o'clock this morning. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office received a report of possible human remains north of Jay, Oklahoma. An individual was brush hogging a field at the time and had come upon them. Captain Oberg and Captain Bynum confirmed the remains were human, and the Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation and the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office were then notified. This is an ongoing investigation, and of course, we have more details on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, and we will have more details tonight on our show at KOAM News at 10. Well, kids in the Joplin area get to hone their survival skills thanks to a 3-day summer camp. Camp Wildcat teaches young naturalists wilderness skills like cane pole fishing, shelter building, compass and map skills, leatherworking, and so much more. Organizers hope the camp gives kids a better understanding of conservation.
It's important for them to learn about conservation and how that in all ecosystems, everything works together. And everything has a purpose, even if they don't like it.
Camp Wildcat welcomes kids ages 7 to 14. In addition to learning, campers also receive lunch, snacks, a water bottle, and a backpack. The camp runs through Wednesday. Well, coming up next, scammers targeting businesses.
Tonight on KOAM News, we speak with a local business about how they train their employees to spot scams.
The Better Business Bureau releases a new study showing business scams in the Southwest Missouri area are on the rise. KOAM's Ty Parks shows us how one Joplin business is training its employees to spot red flags and ask the right questions.
Get a lot of calls from like people pretending to be DoorDash representatives or like point of sales services, so like Clover or Square and things like that.
Lakin Pro manages the Joplin greenhouse.
Our owner's motto is to just always ask questions. You'll never actually have people like that asking for your login information. So if you ever get a call like that, that's just kind of your first red flag.
Red flags for scams targeting businesses, most of which fall into 3 categories.
There's stolen information, so like the data breaches that we unfortunately hear about all the time. There are impersonations, so could be a vendor impersonation, a government agency impersonation, and then fake services. So someone reaching out with a problem with your trademark or your domain is about to expire.
When it comes to a business avoiding scams, it is just like a consumer. It's slowing down, paying attention to the details.
So for example, if you get an email that says your domain is about to expire, either contact the person that runs your website, or if that's you, go to your domain host and log in directly and see that information for yourself.
Pro says the Joplin greenhouse gets 2 to 3 scams a week. For her employees, training plays a very important role.
We just have kind of trained all of our employees to just be very aware of who they're talking to on the phone, and if it's something that they can't handle, to just pass it off to somebody who's a little more experienced in that type of field. And we just try to handle it with grace.
And with that grace and persistence, this greenhouse is staying resistant to scams. In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Losses can be staggering for businesses. According to the BBB, data breaches cost businesses a total of $1.4 billion in 2024. Up next, Pittsburgh celebrates families and recovery with food, fun, faith, and fireworks. We take you there. The 3rd annual Freedom Party brings families together to celebrate their loved ones in recovery. Pitt Naz Church, along with Pittsburgh Celebrate Recovery, hosted the event that started with tasty food and then transitioned into moving testimonials in the program's monthly chip ceremony honoring milestones in recovery.
I think probably one of the things that makes me smile the most is just when you see the people that are coming in that have been here for 1, 2, maybe even 3 years, who were possibly struggling in some way when they started, and they're doing very well today. Not solely because of us, but that we are a part of that. But then at the same time, almost every week, we get to meet someone new.
After the worship service, attendees headed back outside for games and fireworks. Tonight's family-focused event highlighted freedom in Christ, community support, and the joy of recovery. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Senators push through a marathon of votes on the big, beautiful bill. The division in the GOP could put the president's plan at risk. And a deadly ambush on first responders, what investigators say a gunman did to lure firefighters into a trap.
You're watching the 4 states' most watched news.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. The Senate is preparing for a long night on Capitol Hill as their vote-a-rama for President Trump's big, beautiful bill drags on. And as Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington, the White House is making a last-minute push in hopes of getting the legislation through the Senate.
While senators vote on a seemingly endless stream of proposed amendments to the big, beautiful bill, the White House is sending a clear message to Capitol Hill.
Republicans need to stay tough and unified during the home stretch, and we are counting on them to get the job done.
But Democrats are united in their opposition to the president's signature domestic policy bill. They argue the legislation will cut Medicaid, adds trillions to the national debt, and gives tax breaks to the ultra-wealthy.
It's only a beautiful bill if you're a billionaire or a very wealthy person. For everybody else, this is a big, ugly betrayal.
Even with a Republican majority in the Senate, the bill is not guaranteed to pass. At least 2 Republicans, Tom Tillis of North Carolina and Rand Paul of Kentucky, plan to break from their party and vote against the legislation.
We owe it to the states to do the work to understand how these proposals affect them.
And despite the slow crawl of the vote-a-rama, a final vote on the big, beautiful bill is inevitable. Some senators just wish it would happen quicker.
I don't think it's really helpful to put people here till when some ungodly hour.
The Senate operates either by unanimous consent or exhaustion, so probably the latter will be true today. But ultimately, I think we're going to get through this.
In addition to Tillis and Paul, Republicans can only afford to lose one more vote and still pass the big, beautiful bill. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Well, President Trump's threat to cut off trade talks prompts Canada to drop its digital service tax on U.S. tech companies. The move came just 2 days after President Trump terminated negotiations over the issue. Both sides are now back at the bargaining table, with the White House confirming discussions have resumed. Trump says he plans to send trade terms directly to world leaders instead of extending deadlines. Markets rose slightly Monday, with investors hopeful a full trade war can be avoided. And it's day 2 of the probe into that violent ambush.
Investigators continued their search for evidence.
More evidence, trying to determine a motive. Fox's Jonathan Hunt is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with the latest.
Investigators continued their search for evidence and for a motive Monday, one day after 2 firefighters were killed and another badly wounded as they arrived to battle a wildfire. The shooter, authorities say, lured the firefighters to the scene by starting the fire intentionally.
This was a total ambush. These firefighters did not have a chance.
Hours later, a man was found dead at the scene, a weapon nearby the body.
We had a cell phone activation that was in the same spot since about 3:16. Keep in mind, we had a fire that was rapidly it was approaching the body.
Officials identified the shooter Monday as a 20-year-old man who acted alone. They have not revealed whether he was killed by law enforcement or killed himself, nor why he might have carried out the attack.
What they want to know is what you said, the motive, and did he act alone?
On Sunday, the firefighters who died were taken from the mountain north of Coeur d'Alene in a solemn procession.
I'm sure the last thing they thought was that they would come under fire.
As for the firefighter who was wounded, the sheriff said Sunday he was fighting for his life after surgery. Today, he is reported to be in stable condition. In Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
Lindsay's next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, a second chance.
Missouri Job Center starts a new program aimed at youngsters who want to make a change. I'm Lonnie Walton in Joplin. I'll have that story coming up.
Ashley's July 4th weekend deals are here. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $3.99 or save up to 25% off.
Well, we've had a stormy weekend and we even saw a few storms this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look right now outside of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We've got a gorgeous sunset going on out there in Seneca, Missouri, though we have storms still going on just to the east. Now, this is along a cold front that is going to be bringing cooler temperatures for the next couple of days, but these storms are still ongoing just north of Seneca, a few showers out there, and then all the way out towards Monette and up to Mount Vernon, a few more storms continuing on. A little bit of lightning, but nothing too extreme this afternoon, not like what we saw on Sunday, but it is going to keep our temperatures a bit cooler once we get into Tuesday. So we're planning your day tomorrow. We're starting off a little cloudy, then the sun comes back out. Temperatures by the afternoon reaching 86 to 87 degrees. So it's going to be a really nice day, and it's going to be drier versus pretty humid. So overall, on Tuesday and on Wednesday are our cooler, less humid, muggy days. So if you want to get any outdoor activities done, I would say those are the days to do it. Temperatures start to return back to the 90s by Thursday, and humidity does start to creep back up. So our heat index value on Thursday, although temperature is only going to be about 90 degrees, it's going to feel like low to upper 90s. 96 in Fredonia, 97 in Independence, 99 in Newada, but out towards the east, 93 in Aurora, Carthage, Joplin area. Now we are also dodging a few showers on Thursday and even into Friday, but it doesn't stop our temperatures from being so warm. Friday, we're getting up to about 91, 92 degrees with our heat index value in the upper 90s. Now, because we've got shower chances and rain chances in the area or just nearby, it's going to be adding to that humidity. So it's going to feel like 98 in Joplin, 99 Baxter Springs, Miami, near 100. And then on Saturday, even hotter. We've got storms coming in Saturday night, so for most of the day, it's going to feel like we're in the low hundreds because of the low to mid 90 degree temperatures and the high humidity in the area. Now, like I said, we are dodging some showers Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This is Thursday morning, 11 a.m. So you can see this is a long range model, so it's just showing the chance in this area we could see some pop-up showers. Not that it's going to be this widespread, but that we have a chance for these pop-up showers and thunderstorms. They return Thursday evening. You can see 7 p.m. So we're going to have ongoing showers all day and evening on Thursday. Again, these are going to be a little bit more hit and miss, and then they return Friday as well, pretty briefly. Early afternoon looking good, but we have a spike there right mid-afternoon when festivities are really ramping up. But then again in the evening, we're back to clearer weather. Now, storms do move back in on Saturday during the day, just hit and miss showers. But in the evening, we're going to have some widespread heavy rainfall Saturday night and into Sunday morning. We're going to have those morning storms. Now, temperatures remain in the 90s after we really warm up on Thursday. But again, dodging hit and miss showers there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then high humidity those days as well. So it's going to be a bit muggy and hot for this 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, I really didn't like what you put up there with the feels like. 98. At least we're not seeing triple digit feels like.
Well, Saturday, we want to keep an eye on that.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay. And back to that breaking news that we told you about coming out of Delaware County, Oklahoma. Around 11 a.m. today, the Delaware County Sheriff's Office received a report of possible human remains north of Jay, Oklahoma. An individual was brush hogging a field and had come upon them. The investigation has now been handed over to the Oklahoma medical examiners and the OSBI, who are working to identify the remains. If you have any information, you're encouraged to contact the Delaware County Sheriff's Office at 918-253-2700. Well, still ahead, the St. Louis Cardinals try to stretch their winning streak to 4 games. Plus, another Joplin Outlaw earns Pitcher of the Week honors. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
We are 1 month into the 2025 season for the Mid-America League. The Joplin Outlaws find themselves alone in first place with a record of 21-7. One of the biggest reasons for their success has been great starting pitching. Joplin outlaw Ty Zaradnik is named Pitcher of the Week by the Mid-America League today. He joins his teammates Cole Gaiman, Connor Johnson, and Easton Wren, who have previously received this award. So out of the 5 times it's been given out this season, 4 have been members of the Outlaws. Zaradnik just completed his redshirt freshman year at UT Arlington. In 5 appearances for the Outlaws so far this summer, he's got a 2-1 record with an ERA of 2.49 to go with 33 strikeouts over 21 innings pitched. He got the win on the mound this past Friday while throwing 7 innings and allowing just 1 run against Abilene. In Major League Baseball, the Cardinals are riding a little bit of momentum after sweeping the Guardians in 3 games over the weekend. But that winning streak tonight comes to an end. The Cardinals get shut out by the Pirates and held to just 4 hits in that game and a 7-0 loss. Pittsburgh exploded for 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th to put this one out of reach. Cards are now 47-39 on the season. That's still good for 3rd place in the NL wildcard. These two will play each other again tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Royals, they're up in Seattle, and the All-Star break seems like it can't come any sooner for them. They've dropped 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers over the weekend, now lost 7 of their last 8. Things are looking okay so far tonight, though. Bobby Witt Jr. put Kansas City up 1-0 in the 3rd. As we come on the air, Seattle has tied it at 1 in the 4th. And you just heard me mention we're getting closer to the MLB All-Star break. Today officially begins Phase 2 of All-Star voting. Major League Baseball announces the top 2 vote getters. In the American League, it's Aaron Judge from the Yankees. And then in the National League, the Dodgers' Shohei Ohtani. They also released a list of potential starters at every position. That includes Bobby Witt Jr. for American League shortstop, the only member of the Cardinals or Royals to make the list. And in other sports news, in the midst of its 2025 regular season, the WNBA announces a major addition today of 3 new expansion franchises over the next 5 years, bringing league membership up to a total of 18 teams by 2030.
It's not every day you get to make history, but today we do it 3 times over. So it is my honor to officially announce that the WNBA is expanding from our currently announced 15 teams to 18 teams over the next few years. So on behalf of the entire WNBA, I'm thrilled to welcome Cleveland and Detroit back and to welcome Philadelphia.
That's it for sports. We're back after this.
The Missouri Job Center in Joplin is taking a unique approach to helping young people get a new start in life while also addressing homelessness. It's through a new program called Youth Build, which aims to help 16 to 24-year-olds earn a high school diploma. As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, organizers say students will use these skills by building houses for people without homes.
I had nowhere else to go, really. I was a high school dropout, couldn't keep a job.
Eli Woolsey is a 20-year-old who attended Joplin High School. He's one of the many students in his class trying to make a change, like 21-year-old father of 3 Josh Meredith and previous fast food worker Lita Berger.
I hung out with the rougher crowd and really didn't do what I was supposed to do and just made some poor decisions.
I suffered with a lot of depression and drug use.
Now, all 3 of these individuals have had their struggles, but now Wendy Justice from Missouri Job Center in Joplin says they have a new program for new beginners.
32-week program. We'll be doing 3 cohorts, and we'll be doing follow-up for a year to make sure that they're either furthering their education.
These students will have a certification in construction, and with that, they will work for Vita Nova, which is
the organization that builds for homeless people here in Joplin. And so we want to help collaborate with them in building these homes for our homeless people here.
And not only that, Justice says these young people can go anywhere with these skills, and that's what they plan on doing.
Become an equine veterinary technician.
Welding or possibly construction.
I either want to go into electrical engineering or I want to become a writer.
Since this is the first time this company has ever done this program, How's it going?
Love the people, everybody here. They're so amazing.
They're the best people I've met in a long time.
And all 3 individuals welcomed us to come back in 5 years to see how far they progressed. They say they're going to be a lot further than where they are today. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Organizers say they are currently looking for a contractor. Anyone interested should contact the center as soon as possible. Well, the stars shine bright as a Capitol 4th returns with an unforgettable celebration and fireworks. We've got the details up next. The nation's capital is getting ready for its biggest birthday party. A Capitol 4th is back for its 45th year, and Alfonso Ribeiro leads the celebration from the heart of Washington, D.C. with music, fireworks, and a whole lot of star power. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Welcome, America!
Stars are gathering again on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol to celebrate a Capitol 4th. Alfonso Ribeiro is back as host. It's a role he doesn't take for granted.
The crowd every year has been incredible. There's so much love and support for the show that it makes me just, warm inside. And so I love it. I love this tradition now for me and my family. The whole family comes with me, and we all go to D.C. and get to enjoy this holiday together.
This year's musical lineup includes pop, R&B, classical, and Broadway, all backed by the sounds of the National Symphony Orchestra.
We've got Yolanda Adams, 4-time Grammy Award-winning gospel music legend, Abby Carter, American Idol season 22 winner, Lauren Daigle, another Grammy-winning artist, Low Cash, a country duo, and the Beach Boys. Need not say more, right? The Beach Boys. We've got the Temptations, Motown stars, right? We've got Josh Turner, another country artist, Trombone Shorty will be there also.
Beyond music, the event pays tribute to service, from World War II veterans to the 250th anniversaries of the Army, Navy, and Marines, along with a meaningful salute to first responders.
We're really leaning into it this year, and we're really going to have some fun with them and really, make them feel special about what they do for all of us.
The night wraps with a massive fireworks show lighting up the D.C. skyline.
There's nothing like a great birthday party, and a Capitol 4th throws the best one for the 4th of July.
A Capitol 4th airs live July 4th on PBS. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of rescue animals cooling off at the Black Beauty Ranch in Murchison, Texas. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.